Hi guys, now it's time for me to really pack. I am ready. Now I want to tell you some things. I told you I'm a frequent flyer, but even at that, I used to make some traveling mistakes. So what are the mistakes I used to make as a traveler? I'm going to start telling you now, so you don't make it if you are not a traveler, or despite the fact I was a frequent traveler then. That Niger mentality was in my brain. Now I want to travel, I want to look good as I'm traveling, I want to look pepe. And I found myself several times travel and wearing shoes like this. Let me show you. While I'm traveling, very, very wrong. Never wear heel shoe when you are traveling. Never ever wear heel shoe. How about if there is emergency? What do you do? How about if you need to run? What do you do? How about if you need to do something and emergency? Yes, emergency. How do you do it? How do you cope? Not only that, never wear any shoe with buckle. Never wear any shoe with buckle. Maybe with lace, okay. Why the buckle? If you get to the security, you have to be taking off the buckle. Those are the mistakes I made in the past that I will never make again. Now, another very important thing when you are traveling: never travel wearing jeans or anything, especially as a woman, or anything that we need to use belt for. When you get to the security, you need to start taking off the belts. Sometimes you might be late for your flight. You don't want to start running because you are late. So just wear something that doesn't need belts, something like this. This is just, so while I'm passing through the machine, it will never make any sound. Okay? I don't know if I'll be able to finish this video now, but I will try. If not, I will do a part 2 of it. Never wear something that you will need a belt for. Remember, your belt will never pass through the security machine. It will make sound. You will need to start taking it off and putting it back. And you don't want to take yourself through all the stress, right? Do not forget that your traveling is for pleasure. Even if it's for business, you want to be comfortable, right? You want to be comfortable while you are passing through the security checkpoint. You want to be comfortable while sitting in the plane. You want to be comfortable. You don't want to be stressed even while going through the check-in and going to the gates, which sometimes the gates can be very, very long. One of the gates that I dread going through is Emirates, Dubai. Their gates can be very long. For American trip, I find their gate is not always very long. But God help you if you are going to other countries. Like if you're going to Nigeria, they can give you gates that you will go waka, you will become very tired. The same thing goes with Turkish Airlines. Istanbul airport is another airport that is, you will walk, and you'll be so like, before you get, you'll be like, where are you really going? So remember, your gates can be very, very far to the checking point. So don't forget, when you are going, your shoes, something comfortable, something flat, and probably something you can put your socks, you can wear socks with, maybe like a sneakers, or a sneakers, so you can put on your socks. There are some airports you will get to need to take off your shoes, right? Okay, if you have to take off your shoes, you have to walk on the floor. You don't want to walk on the floor with bare feet, so wear something like all these soft socks and put on your sneakers. That's the best way of traveling. And I said your trouser should be without belt if possible. Track pants, you don't need belt for track pants, and that's why I'm wearing that. Another mistake that I have done in the past and I will never ever make again: wearing flowing dress. Wearing flowing dress because I want to do shakara. I have once worn agbada to travel. I have worn Ankara Abubu to travel. I have worn Ankara Abubu to travel, is still even okay. But these flowing dresses, where it will be flowing, and I've seen people do it countless times, where they wear flowing clothes traveling. You know the danger involved in wearing flowing dresses. You don't want to go through the escalator while your flowing dress is dragging, right? You don't want your flowing dress getting caught inside the escalator machine. And you don't want somebody stepping on your flowing dress while you are walking. You can fall down. It's one of the dangerous clothes to travel with, or to wear while traveling, not to travel with. You can put it in your box, wear it at your destination, then let it go back in your box. Never wear a flowing dress. It's very, very dangerous. Not only dangerous, it can pack jams. As you are walking, the thing is dragging the floor. You go to the bathroom unconsciously, it's dragging the floor. You don't know. So flowing dresses should be a no. Let's put this aside. You don't want to go with this one. And another error I have committed before that I will never ever make again, and I want to tell you too, in case, like I said, we want to look beautiful when we are traveling, right? Iro and buba is one of the clothes that are not ideal for traveling. Another one, jumpsuits. I once worn jumpsuits to travel and I needed to use the bathroom. That was when it dawned on me, and I was almost beating myself for wearing that clothes. Of course, initially when I wore it, I was feeling funky, feeling trendy. I love dressing, you know. I love looking good. But there are some times that your trip is not for looking good. You are not going for a runway show. You are not going for a fashion show. You are traveling. So comfort should be your first watchword in whatever you are picking as you go. I'm not talking about when you get to your destination. So this is a no. Jumpsuit is a no. Never ever try it. Like I said, this might get up to part 2 and I will do it. I don't want the video to be very long. Kindly don't forget to help me to click a like on the video, and don't forget to help me to share as well. And I would love to read from you when you are traveling, what are the clothes, the type of clothes you want to wear. I didn't remember to tell you the top you should wear too if you're going to wear a track pant. I want to think some of you might want to ask me and say, how about a dress, a short dress? What about if you slip and fall down? Your bum will be outside. That is why a pant, a track pant is always the best. Either the one that has elastic, or the one that has that kind of little rope that mine has. Elastic is always the best, where you don't have to tie anything or lose anything. It's just okay there. But something under, whereby in case you trip, your bum and something is not out there and everybody is not looking. People have tripped. I have tripped in my trip. Except you are not a frequent traveler, then you say, you know, possible. You can trip. Anybody can trip. That escalator that you think you are used to can trip you. You think you know how to ride escalator, but you find out that any little mistake you can trip and fall down. So I would love to read from you. What are the kind of clothes do you take with? Not take with. Do you wear when you are traveling? So I am going to put on a t-shirt. I'm putting on a t-shirt, and this track is not that heavy, very light, because I'm not very light, but at least not heavy. In case the airport is cold, I should be fine. And I have my sweater with me that I'm going to put on top of it, and of course my sneakers, so I can be comfortable. Everything is black, so I think I might change the t-shirt to another color, maybe white or something. Yeah, I might likely wear a white t-shirt on top, but something, and at the same time I'll still look my trendy self. So on the second part, we're going to talk about the part 2, which are the essentials for traveling. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to click a like as you exit the video. Thank you guys.